pied en canard. C'est la chenille qui se prépare. En voiture les voyageurs, la chenille part toujours à l'heure, part toujours à l'heure.
It is quite a strange phenomenon, or shall I say peculiar. It is not religious, strictly speaking. It is, however, very, I shall say, extremely ritualized. It is to be found in each and every economic stratum of French society. Talking about the couleur more precisely, one must absolutely consult the great work of research conducted by my very eminent colleague, Professor John Harvey Marwani, in this book of record and reference called Méthode Bamboule. I would like to warn my Indian audience about shedding off their prejudices in evaluating this ancient tribal European custom. One should not hold any prejudice in judging it, and one should look at it with the objectivity of the man of science. Now, what exactly is the couleur? It is a unidirectional farandole consisting of a minimum number of 2 people standing one behind the other, and one holds the shoulders of the one standing ahead of one. It is often taking place in, I shall say, the presence of alcohol. And it is often accompanied by peculiar tribal music, which was composed by the late and much regretted Bezu. One must not confuse the famous couleur with another social phenomenon called the chenille that predates it by about 11 years. Indeed, the chenille may seem to be a sort of proto-couleur, occupying the position of a sort of cultural ancestor, maybe. However, one must not confuse one with the other. The chenille is a much less sophisticated and elaborate form of dance.
I have to disagree. I have to disagree with this statement. I believe that the chenille is superior. It is chronologically, it has arrived before the couleur or whatever other variations we can have with this kind of celebration. And we can see today that we have many variations of the original chenille, which is a proof that the chenille is the authentic celebration and cannot be replaced by any couleur or other macarena or I don't know what. To a novice eyes, it can seem that it is a form of barbaric or very primitive kind of celebration, you know. But that is the beauty. That is the pearl inside the oyster, you know. It is the diamond you find in the coal mine. That makes the beauty of a true chenille.
It is to be said that in the chenille, the dancers hold each other by the hips, and this gives much less flexibility to indulge in various sophistications such as the limbo, for example.
Ainsi, dans la chenille classique, les participants s'attrapent par la taille. Tandis que, dans la queue-leu-leu, un peu plus tardive, ils se tiennent par les épaules. Pourtant, au-delà des débats de spécialistes, des variations sur ce même thème apparaissent ponctuellement, soulignant l'indifférence populaire aux querelles d'exégètes et la créativité de tout un peuple. Ces figures peuvent être audacieuses, et l'accident n'est jamais loin, laissant alors l'un des membres hébété, sur le côté, tenté dans une course désespérée de retrouver l'harmonie de l'ensemble en se raccrochant à celui qui lui est le plus proche.
For whoever has an interest for heuristic knowledge of the chenille, I think we should directly have a semiological approach and see the text, the lyrics, which can be translated as this, pose your 2 feet, duck. This is the caterpillar as it prepares. By car travelers, caterpillar is always on time. Your hands on my waist, for not that caterpillar derailed. Everything will go well, and if you want, request the caterpillar and the good Lord. Is it not much more universal?
One may be forgiven for drawing quick parallels between the ukulele and the chenille. And I have to admit that there are certain aspects of the two dances that may be found to be relatively similar. For example, the fact that in reality it is not the first person of the procession who is the actual leader.
Yes, I believe it is always the second in line who is, as he is the decider, he is the initiator. He is going to decide if it will be a ukulele or a chenille, because he does the first move and everybody follows.
I shall refer to him as the creator. Inventio in Latin. Latin, which, as you may know, is to the European civilization what Sanskrit is to our own great civilization.
Tout le monde s'éclate à la queue leu-leu. Tout le monde se marre à la queue leu-leu. Tout le monde chante à la queue leu-leu. Tout le monde danse à la queue leu-leu. À la queue leu-leu. À la queue leu-leu. À la queue leu-leu. Tout le monde s'éclate à la queue leu-leu.
Current information and documentation proves that it is the second in line who initiates. We can see in historic footage, and we have studied the slow motions of everything, and you can clearly see what is happening there. But I must say there is also the phenomenon of the person inside the chenille or ukulele who will make a sign to the others to join into the ukulele. So we have the in chenille or in ukulele and the ex chenille, ex ukulele. You are inside or outside. So one can wonder if we do a chenille for yourself or for the others. That is a question I cannot answer, of course.
This, indeed, is a deep philosophical question with multiple implications. When one takes part in the ukulele and one calls on the other to join in and blend in and participate in what may seem to be a very democratic phenomenon, does one call the other in order not to be distinguished as oneself? Or does one call the other in order to create a common bond. I would like to stress how important the universal message of the Kululu is. Don't you think that in all these lines waiting for endless hours before job centers, administrative centers, kitchen soups, or in those long lines of refugees waiting for their food or relief in UN refugee camps? Don't you think that if in all these instances in which one has to wait behind one another, if one held the one standing ahead of one by the shoulders, forming a universal kululu, don't you think that the world would be a better place to live in?
We can see in different surveys, in different studies, that kululu and chenille can coexist. The DJ, the disc jockey, can play chenille and kululu, or kululu and chenille, and it is a mixture, and nobody minds in the end. It is okay, but he does this like this, like in French you would say, sans kululu ni tête.